I don't even have my mic set up. I'm just going, baby. I'm just going. Keep up, keep up. I can't even keep up with myself. All right, how you guys doing? I got a bunch of lessons I'm going to jump into. I want to talk to you guys about a couple things. I'm going to give a couple trade lessons, and we're going to get into some charts. We have a really nice setup here on Amazon. A couple other nice setups that I'm eyeing up for the week. We're going to talk treasuries. We're going to talk what's a market pricing in or attempting to price in. Um, if you could take a moment, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. This is your new home. Okay, you don't need to look any further because we trade live right here Monday through Friday. You want to come over in the morning, come up with some trade ideas. You have anything valuable, anything you're looking at, you want to put it in the chat, or if you want to let everybody know if you would like to be a contributing member. I'm sorry, I'm just getting ahead of myself. We go through the news, we price in what it is that we think the news is we're trading or not, right? That's what we created this for. So welcome. If it's your first time here, welcome. We're happy to have you. I want to talk about some trading lessons here real quick. So I want you guys, who here is happy with their account, on fire, you know, like happy with where they're at. They're not worried about, if you're not worried about stepping your size up, right? Are you trying to step up your consistency? Everybody always has something to work on, but are you perfectly fine? You don't have to work on nothing. Okay, well, 98% of us aren't, because we're always still striving to be better, right? We're striving to make more money. We're striving to work, forget about money, right? Whether we're worried about different playbooks, coming up with playbooks, trading those playbooks, getting better at those different setups and different playbooks that we have, whether it's a news catalyst, whether it's a pattern, whatever it is, whatever the playbook setup it is that you have. If you don't have a playbook, you need them. All right, I have quite a few, right? It takes time. You may not even know what a playbook is, right? You may not even know what a playbook is. We could say this, okay? We have Amazon here. This blue box is the daily 100-day moving average. This is a large cap stock. Not much negative news, not much positive news, kind of just going with the market, right? You have a double bottom, triple bottom here at the 100-day moving average. You have a failed break, a failed hold, and a break of the 100-day moving average. You are back now testing the 100-day as resistance. This could be a playbook, right? A break below the 100-day moving average, you know, pulls back to it, becomes resistance. Take the trade, right? Take the trade. So these are some of the lessons that I want to get into, because how are you going to trade this? Are you going to short it? Are you going to short the stock outright? Or are you going to trade options? All right, so I want to talk options. That's specifically where I want to get to. Okay? Because there's many of you that put too much stress on yourself. I'm not sure what's going on here. I do apologize. I need to, I don't have enough time to, I'm not, what's going on here? What's going on here, baby? Talk to me. I have no video capture. That's so weird. Alright, well, it looks like we may not have video right now. That's so weird. Can you guys hear me? If anybody is on this stream, if you could let me know. Here, I can do it myself, actually. See, this is exactly what I wanted to avoid. This live stream might get deleted because I need to redo it. Alright. I want to talk to you guys about options. I want to go a little deeper than sizing up and all that stuff. I'm not sure what's going on here. That's so weird. See, this is what happens randomly. Okay, there we go. All right, we're good. We're good. All right, we're good. What's up, guys? All right, so sorry about that. See, you don't really know this, at least unless you click on it, go through it before the stream, but I don't have time for that. I'm trying to give you guys a lesson and go through a couple levels here, and we're going to run through the markets. So, a lot of people trade the wrong options, and a lot of people sacrifice price for time. I'm telling you guys, you're killing your account. You're not making any money. You're not happy with your account. You're really not. Can you honestly? It's not. Don't. You ain't got to say anything in the chat. You don't. Just ask yourself. Are you happy with where you at trading? Trading is difficult. It's very easy, but it's difficult. And the only reason trading is difficult is because you're making it difficult on yourself, right? You're making it difficult on yourself because you're putting a huge amount of pressure on yourself to think that a stock has to move right when you say it has to. It's at a level that's fine. How do you know whether level 2 time and sales, everything that you have, right? Unless you obviously have a news catalyst specifically for it, an earnings catalyst, whatever. Maybe the setup is showing you that chances are that earnings is going to be pretty decent or pretty crappy. Neither here nor there. Who's to say that this? So this is a chart of Amazon. Okay, this blue box right here is a daily 100-day moving average. Who's to say that this thing doesn't just sit here for the next 3 days? Sits right there, right? It can. It can. Right? It can. So what I want to help you with on this video, and take this into your trading, and remember me saying this to you, okay? Unless you have a stock that has news or a technical setup that is actually in the midst of momentum, volume, and all the things that you need to know, hey, I can be in a weekly on this trade today because of these reasons. Okay, this is what I have. This is the setup. Whether it's in the morning, it's the day of trading, quickly having a sticky note up on your desk, on your monitor, right? Of certain things that will help you get through the day, help you enter, exit trades, whatever, what have you. Whatever helps, you have to do it. But knowing within the first 15 minutes to a half hour, it's on, right? And if it's on, okay, how are you to know, though? Okay, let's go to, like, PNW, because you're not necessarily going to know. This is a 15-minute chart. Look at this day. This was a day of news. This was actually a playbook of mine, and I still have this. These 3 boxes. I'm not going to go into what they are. If you're a trader and you look at this, you probably know what this is if you've been doing this for a while. Look at that. This is a 15-minute chart because I don't think 5 minutes I'm going to be able to bring it up. This could be a daily trade. Look at this. This is huge. Look, if we just go back, right? Look what this stock does, right? It's just a few dollars, just a few dollars, just a few dollars. Bang. These are the days, right? This 15 minutes, half hour of the day right here, right? You got a nice 15-minute bear flag right there, right? Look at that beautiful setup. Look at that, right? That's a money setup right there that you can say, hey, dailies are paying today. That's a 15-minute bear flag breakdown off of news with what? Look at the amount of volume that's there. Look at that volume, baby. That's a weekly, daily trade. Who's to say you put that on, say this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, it happened Friday. And you put too much pressure on yourself and you caught this little rinky dink move, right? Even if you caught it half of that. Look, listen, that's okay. But my point is here, okay, is that if you are starting to trade options and you want to grow your account, all right, I'm going to take it back to Amazon. Okay, I'm going to take it back to Amazon because I want to show you guys something. All right, I want you guys to know what is important. Like, how do you seriously grow your account? How do you become better as a trader? How can you actually be happy with your account? How can you trade options? How are you able to trade options and actually beat the S&P? Are you beating the S&P? It's a serious question. Only you can answer that for yourself. I am. I'm doing pretty well. All right. I'm making this video because of last Friday. Because I this is just human nature, right? There's different reactions and different things that we do because we physically buy and we physically sell. And sometimes we get thrown off and go on different angles and stuff as months go on. And there's times that we need to come back, regroup, right? Regroup. I do it all the time. I do it at least once a month at least. You got to come back. You got to regroup, right? Right. If I'm playing a small cap, you know, I don't want to go off of the off the road and having, you know, extended hours on and understanding that all my moving averages are going to be a bit different because it's adding more time. But that's not what we're here for. But we're regrouping, right? So understanding that Amazon is back at this 100-day moving level or 100-day moving average on the daily chart. This is a 15-minute chart. Do I want to go by Friday's expiration because I think this is going to sell off and come back down to, I don't know, maybe test the lows, right? Maybe test last week's lows. Why would I put that pressure on myself? The move hasn't started. It has not done anything except it's sitting up here now, right? But this is the first day, right? This is the first day. This is a break of the 100-day moving average. It's pulled back up. So far, it feels like it's resistance. Just because we open up tomorrow doesn't mean that this thing's going to sell off. Does that mean that I want to get in the trade? Maybe. Maybe I do want to get into that bounce. So therefore, I want to give myself time. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be, well, it will allow you to be so much comfortable emotionally. You're going to be so much more comfortable being in that trade if you don't size to all heavens, right? If you're not just sized up to the gills, watching every little tick, all right? Because I'm planning on this, right? That's one direction. Okay, we're up here. Let's just say we open up right around where we were, where we closed today, right? And then I say, all right, you know what? You know, we're extending into that area on low volume. Let me go ahead and get a month out, right? Let me just put on how about we put on a starter position? How about that? Why do we have to size up? Why do we have to just go big and expect to, you know, just every trade has to be the same? You can't treat every trade the same, all right? So you can play this trade two different ways, right? And you tell me which option you'd rather have. Would you want to come into tomorrow and say, okay, look, we're at the 100-day moving average. It's so far, it was resistance yesterday. It's resistance today. Chances are it's going to sell off. Okay, yeah, but to where? But to where? Right? Is it just going to go to yesterday's lows? Okay, maybe, maybe not. Right? What if it stops right here and bounces back up to the 100-day moving average? Right? And where was there? Right here is where I was talking about. I just made this line right here. Let me give it a color for you so you can see it. We'll make it pink because that'll stick out bright, right? What if it just pulls back to here and then bounces back up? Now, not only did you know, it didn't give you a move really at all, but now it just took back. Now you're red on a weekly. What happens if I have 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months. You don't want to go, you want to find that balance between too far out and not so far out. If you're going out 2 months or so, you obviously think there's further downside. That's more a longer term swing trade. So what I want to help you guys do is recognize we have two different trade setups, right? For options, right? We either have the stock making the move that it's giving you the continuation, the volume, it's got the momentum. All you got to do is nail that entry, right? We're going to buy that daily or weekly because the move has started, right? There was a news catalyst along with the 100-day moving average as a resistance level. That's how the market works from time to time, right? It'll set up a pattern. A news catalyst will come out, whether it's made up from just the street, wherever. It just comes out of nowhere, whether it's to be true or not. It starts sending the stock in that direction. So one of two ways we could play this. We could buy a daily and just hope. We can live on a hope and a prayer that we're going to get the move. What if the move comes Thursday or Friday? And we're not in the trade no more because we put too much pressure on ourselves to think that this stock is just because it's hit the 100-day moving average the first time that it's got to sell off. Or we go ahead and we buy a few weeks out. And even buying a few weeks out, maybe we just tear into that position, right? Maybe we just buy a piece or two. This is what I want you to start thinking about. Are you making the right decisions when it comes to trading options? A lot of people don't, right? Listen, I'm not perfect. I've done it, but this is why I regroup, right? This is why you should think about regrouping. All right? I have a lot of stuff that I've made for myself, right? That I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to piece it all together, and I'm going to sell it. But I'm going to sell it for a cheap price. And guess what? This is not going to be, here is your login. 6 months later, you got to pay me, or 1 year later, you don't have that anymore. No, this is not, I'm not here to do, I am not the industry. All right? I can honestly say that I am not the industry. Okay? People want, the industry people, they want turnover rates. No, I want to help you become a better trader. I want to help you become a better trader. It's why I make videos like this. It's why I trade live right here on YouTube for free. If you guys want to, if you want to send this video off. I'm doing good, Bingo. How you doing, buddy? What's up, Collins? How you, bro? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really well. I just wanted to make a video about deciding one of two ways. How are you going to go about that option? This is specifically for options, not shorting the stock itself, right? So think about that, right? When you're going to place that trade, you have a break and retest. Okay, are you just looking for a point? Listen, before you take the trade, I want you to have that plan. What is the plan? The plan is, okay, I'm only looking like right here, right? I'm looking to get back to the 100-day moving average. This here, right? You have a low, you broke the prior day's low and you stuck it as support. So let's see if we can start working to yesterday's close. But again, you guys have to remember that just because you're in a position, that doesn't mean that the stock is automatically going to move in a manner that's going to pay you a lot of money. Okay? And don't try to hit home runs every time. Those home runs, if you put yourself in the right position, every time, the home runs are going to find you. I promise. Right? This is a trade idea that I have. This is a beautiful setup. All right? Because I'm going to know quickly, pretty damn quick, if I'm wrong. All right? Now, there's three ways I could go about this. One, I could play a daily, I could play a weekly option and just hope that it'll get off this 100-day moving average pretty quickly. Right? And fall to grace. Because one thing that price action will tell you, that the first time it touches this 100-day moving average and moves away from it pretty quickly, that's a good sign that sellers want to get rid of this now. Right? I don't see that coming because we don't have no type of news or anything. Or I could go out 2 weeks, I could go out even 3 weeks, right? I could find that neutral ground that makes sense, make sure it's liquid, right? And I could just put it on, right? And I don't have to go with my full position size. And then I could move over to a different trade. I have this trade on, okay? I'm not putting the pressure on myself. By not putting the pressure on yourself, you're taking the emotional aspect out of it. Therefore, when you take that emotional aspect out of it, as long as you're not sizing up to all heavens again, right? I got you, buddy. I got you. I'm going to be right with you. I'm actually looking at AMD too. There's actually a daily cup and handle on there that I've got written down that I'm going to get into. So I want you guys to think about that. I want you guys to also don't be scared to lose money. Okay, if you're scared, you're sized up too much. I promise you, you've got way too much size on, right? And you're trying to do way too much at one time. You're trying to go after that instant gratification, or you're just trying to say, hey, look what I did. One of the two, right? Position size is really important because I'm telling you, you can go a lot further than you think by taking it small. I'm telling you right now, okay? Consistency. Finding consistency that you've went and bought 2 week out options up at this area knowing, hey, it's back in this range here, but if this 100-day moving average does act as resistance, I could use this high here as my stop just above it, right? Doesn't mean I have to wait for it to get there. It could have a nice volume or something happen and it goes, and I'm like, okay, let me just get rid of it, regroup, think about something else that didn't work, or come back at it later on. Please do yourself that favor. If you're playing weekly options just because they're cheap, this is probably why your account isn't where it should be. And I'm doing this because I'm praying to God you're going to listen to me and take for what it is that I'm saying, because I've been doing this for close to 10 years. All right? I'm pretty damn good at what I do. I'm pretty good at identifying my strong points, because you have to know your strong points and what your weaknesses are. I have my weaknesses, okay? My weaknesses are when I put myself in situations like that, where I put up the expectation that, because I'm in it, or if I go to a weekly, I'm not good with weeklies. I need a little time to let myself not be emotionally attached to the trade, to give that trade time, right? So if you have a stock that does have like a news catalyst, a product, whatever it is, where the volume has increased, okay? The volume has increased, therefore you're seeing signs the first 15 minutes, half hour to the market open that, man, this thing's got a ton of momentum, it's got a ton of volume. That's the day to go after weeklies or dailies. Just because we're in a position doesn't mean the stock's going to just roll over just because we got in it. It may take time, right? It may take time. It may take time for the buyers that hold this stock up that you want to be short. It may take time for them to just give up and move away because it's not moving higher. That's usually what happens. All right, so I want you guys to think about that, and also think about being the best version of yourself by doing things like that, right? We can go through a whole list of things that we can improve on. All right. So if we're dead set on playing weeklies on a short off of the 100-day moving average, we're going to sit back and wait, and we are not going to trade it until we see that volume coming in. Right now, we do have a low volume push into it. Let's see what happens. We may not take this trade until Thursday, right? If we want to take weekly options, or we could buy 2 weeks out, maybe buy a few contracts, line it up, and just be in the trade in case it does start. And maybe when it starts, we buy a few cheap contracts during the day, and we have a 2-week long out contract, right? We'll take that intraday trade. Like, you can mix it up so many different ways, right? But please think about that. If you're playing weekly options, make sure you're focused on your entry. What is your game plan? What is your expectation? Are you looking to catch $1, $2? What's the expectation? Are you just playing the range, right? Scalping it. I mean, scalping to me could still be a half hour, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Doesn't just have to be 2 minutes in and out. No, they don't change. The options aren't changing that quick, unless you have a momentum type of day. that it's going to be selling off all day. Or just like AMD, when we called out AMD very early, right? That day right there. I seen it. I sensed it. I smelt it. I dealt it so much that I got in. I got in right here, right? I took this trade and I set it on chat. Again, we trade live Monday through Friday right here on YouTube, I Believe Trading, youtube.com. Come on about 7:30 in the morning, sometimes 8. It's been about 8 because I've been trying to get ready for the day. But I took that trade right there and I said, guys, or I was about out right there. I took it here. That was my entry right there. I was out about here, but I said, you could see this. You're going to see 12 o'clock, 1:30. You're going to see this thing continue to go. You're going to look at 2:30, and it's going to be up at 104, 103.50, 105. And you're going to be like, damn. You're going to look back this afternoon, and this stock's going to be way up here because it had momentum, right? Being in the game as long as I have and putting in the work, right? I can sense a lot of things between the volume and the type of candles that it puts in, right? That was the trade. That's where I got out because that was my game plan. Was like, it's a weekly. You have to understand when you buy weekly options, especially as you get further down the line, those pullbacks are going to kill you if you're not in the right option. So being in the right option is also very important. That's what I have for you. I want you guys to think about that, right? And I hope that stuff helps. And you have to come into the markets prepared. You got to do the work the night before and the morning of, either or, whatever you need to do to get ready for the day, to cover the news, to get your levels, and have your conviction on what direction you think that, that trade's going to go. Are you short? Are you long? And listen, look at the trades from both sides before you enter it. Say, if I was short, what are the shorts looking at, right? If I wanted to be short right now, what would I look for to enter? Would I want to see a rejection off this area here and then go to the long side? I want to see a pullback here, and I want to be long here for the break through that level, right? So once you know that break happens, you break through that level, obviously those shorts will probably start stopping out. Then you're really looking for that long. Do you have the volume to back it up? Is a lot, right? So please think about that. When you go to do a trade and you're thinking about buying weekly options, understand what you're looking for, right? Understand what the chart's telling you, more importantly. Sense and look, hey, I got 2-3 times relative RVOL here, relative volume, right? That's probably going to give you the continuation. And there may be a technical level, a news catalyst, maybe an upgrade or a downgrade, something that you can hop on a weekly and it's okay. I could get short Amazon right now, and that doesn't mean that it's going to go down. It could just sit right there and go sideways. You got to remember, stocks can go sideways. And maybe you have to wait. Maybe you're dead set on playing weeklies, so sit on your hands. Today I didn't trade anything. The SPY was looking crappy. There was a couple trades I could have taken, like Google, which we'll get into. So let's go into it. I just wanted to have a brief, real quick talk about that because I think it's really important. And I think if you really understand what I'm saying, if my words are coming out correctly, it'll change your account. It's going to change it, and then changing your account and growing that consistency is going to get you better, and you're going to feel better about the trades. You're not going to be scared to get in or thinking this and thinking that, okay? Do yourself a favor. Get some time because you're putting too much pressure on yourself. That is the point of this video. This looks to be right here on AMD as a failed breakdown. It may start to pop, but I'm actually looking at AMD as look at this daily chart here. I know I'm going off topic, but I'm pretty much done with that topic. But so if you guys could hit that like button for me. I had just a quick lesson I want to do. Look at this little cup and handle we have here, right? We're starting to get a little bit of a low volume pullback here, right? You get a little bit of a low volume pullback, right? Let me show you guys what I mean. And what's going on here is knowing when you're seeing patterns, how the pattern should be, right? So if we have a cup and handle here, and on the pullback, we want to see that pullback, we want to see it somewhat low in volume, right? Because the pattern may not start to set up until it really starts to set up, right? Like this here, right? It's curving back up. Now we want to see an increase in volume on the right-hand side of that cup if we're bullish, right? Which I somewhat am. And what do I want to see on the pullback, right? On this pullback, I would like to see it get down to 98.50. I want to see a low volume pullback, and guess what? So far, we have a low volume pullback, right? This is the work you need to do before the trading day, so you're not just coming up with this stuff on the fly. And I know I know you guys don't do that, but this, a lot of this stuff is important because I think a lot of people put too much pressure on themselves and they blow their accounts up this way. They take trades after trades after trades, and they're just buying weeklies. And guess what? And the worst part about that is that they continue to do the same thing that has got them to lose money in the first place. Make that change, please. If you're not going to do it for yourself, give me your money. I'll take care of it, and I'll pay you a percentage. Because I can make some money. I can go to the markets and pull money out of the markets. You just have to understand what it is that's going on in that moment of time. Tomorrow's Tuesday? What's going to happen Tuesday? Right? Amazon we get a ton of volume. We start pulling back. We got, maybe news for the markets. And, guess what? Maybe I will be on weeklies. But I still might even buy 2 weeks out because I really want to hang on to that trade. Right? What's my expectations? So, that's it. I want you guys to think about that because it's important. And I'm telling you right now, if we all do it collectively, we'll all become better collectively. And that's what I want for us. I want us all to just tear it up. I want us to be great. I want us to be unstoppable, right? I want us to be able to come in every day, put in the work, and leave with a smile. And say, you know what? I'm getting a steak dinner. Guess what? I go to the steakhouse every day because I'm fucking crushing it, right? I have the roadmap. I have all the things that I need from sticky notes on my monitors. I'm not getting in a trade just to get into it, right? We cover the basics. The Qs are going up. We're going to look for tech stocks. The Qs are selling off. We're short tech stocks, right? If the Qs are leading to the upside, maybe we're going to catch some Dow stocks on the low, swing trades on Boeing or something. So there's a lot of opportunity in this market right now, guys. A ton. I've missed a lot of them. Let's get into some charts, guys. Let's do it. Let's get into some charts. I'm sorry for that. I was a little bit longer than I wanted to be. We'll start with the SPY. We'll go to AMD and stuff like that. 120, 11, 17. I like it. Is that a put or a call? Maybe you did write it and I just can't see it. 120, 11, 17. I'm going to take that as a call. My guy's in a call. I guarantee it. Because why else would he be at 120? 11, 17. You see that? Exactly. He said, I'm going to give it till November. Because I know October is usually a green month. I'm not going to put the pressure on myself to get a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Give me November. Right? Give me 40, 50% on a $400 or $500 contract instead of 40, 50% on a $20 contract. Which one do you want? Do you want $10 on $20 position, or would you rather have $150 on a $300 position? Right? Think about that. Maybe you buy less trades, and guess what? The volatility. See, the thing is, too, that I'm not saying is that the volatility and those drawbacks don't eat the contracts alive. You know what I mean? You're not red. You're not consistently red and stopping out of trades and losing money. Right? If you get some time and you still have to buy correctly, because those options will still work against you if you don't have enough time. Because I'm gonna bring a chart with me tomorrow. That I'm gonna show you guys, because you can just think of it as like this 90-day period, right? 1 year to 90 days, from 90 days to 60 days, from 60 days to 30 days, and then from you just take it from every 2 weeks, 1 week. You know what I mean? That is your theta. And in the stuff that I'm in the writing, the videos that I've done for myself, I have the calculation for you guys if you guys want them, just to add up theta. How much is that theta going to eat up every half hour? You can turn that half hour into 15 minutes. You could turn that 15 minutes into 5 minutes. So you can dial down how, it draws back 15, 20 cents. You know how much those options are going to go are going to go either red or they're going to draw back, right? So that's why you get the extensions, you want to get rid of them. And you also mainly don't put that expectation on yourself. Don't put that stress on yourself. Because you put stress on yourself, you're going to be red. You're going to fail. Don't be a failure. Okay, don't be a failure. I'm only saying this because I do this stuff to help myself. Right? I have a video that I'm going to put out, which is a recording, because it's going to be from Friday. Because I lost more than I wanted to. I didn't lose a lot. It wasn't even a big deal. I don't give a fuck. It was just a fact that I lost more than I wanted to. I didn't lose a lot of money, but it was just more than I wanted to for the stupid trades that I was doing. All right, let's do it. SPY, Head and Shoulders. There's a lot of people that are long, guys. People are talking about bounces and stuff like that. It's got me worried. I still think we could get a pullback. For that very reason alone, I'm really sensing that we're, this neckline on the SPY is, oh man, the Dixie. It's just ripping and running and gunning, man. It's on a one-way ticket. I don't know. I just think we gotta wait, right? I think we gotta wait a little bit. It's gotta come into. There's gotta come to a point where what we could do. What could we do? We could probably go look at the euro. Let's go see where, or if we have any type of like. This was where I thought the dollar was going to get to and kind of stop. Right? It was right here. Or this is the level. See, we retested that. My initial thoughts, guys, was that we would get here to like 106. Right? What is that? 106.5. I thought we would get there and we got past it. We blew past it. So I think we're starting to price in a recession, guys. I think the markets are getting worried. Right? You have really high energy prices. You have yields ripping. Right? You're seeing an increase in defaults. Right? Nobody's talking about those, and I have some stuff that I've been putting together. See, this is what I did before the live. I was trying to get levels. There's a lot of charts that I'm going to bring in. We'll do that for tomorrow's stream. So, you'll want to be there for tomorrow's stream for sure, because I have a lot of really cool stuff I want to show you guys. This is the foggy area for the dollar, right? It's kind of got to be, right? Doesn't have to be, but, sorry guys, let me reset this. Let me do this quick because I thought we had a gap. I thought there was a gap fill, but there isn't. It's crazy. This is insane. This was the low, right? This was your low in October. That was the market low. It's pretty crazy to think. So you could look at this like backwards, right? Like look here. If I get rid of some of this stuff, like I'm sitting here thinking it's thinkorswim. Like look at this neckline, right there. There's the SPY's neckline, right? That's the left shoulder, head, right shoulder for the SPY, and here's the little retest, bang. I don't know where this is gonna stop. It looks like it's wanting to just stop up here, which is believable. There's a lot of resistance level here because you break through this level, it's just going to continue and go back to where it's going to do a Dora the Explorer and just go back to where it was. It's going to go back to all-time highs. Let's go to a weekly chart and see if we can't dial this in real quick. Oh man, this is crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a continuation, that we don't start getting capitulation in the SPY and really start to sell off, which we've sold off a good bit. I'm looking at the RSI and it looks like you still have a little bit of room on the weekly to put in like a lower high, right? Like this would be your high. Back here, right? You pull back up, that's your lower high, and it's insane. The thing is like the Fed and the government, not necessarily the government as in like Senate and the House, but they can, they should be able to, from what I thought, maybe the laws have changed. They should be able to not necessarily pin the dollar, but persuade the dollar in certain directions. How much of that they can do, I don't know, right? I know there was an accord or something back in the 80s with Ronald Reagan when we first got with Japan and Germany. I forget what that was, where they would, pretty much, you know, I don't have the words right now, but pretty much physically do what they wanted to do with the dollars in accordance to trade and whatever was going on. They would manipulate. That's the word. Um, they would manipulate the dollar to coincide with things that are going on. How much of that they can do nowadays, I don't know. Right? The times have changed. They really have. People can find money in other places. Right? They can Uber, online. I mean, you name it. Right? And it's good, right? Sports gambling. That's where I'm getting my extra winter money. I just knocked the shit out of my watch. Fuck. Um, you know, so just that's what we need to be concerned about. Yields in the dollar. That's your ticket for any type of upside. You need to ask we need to ask bonds if we're okay to go up. Because if they continue where they are, we're not going anywhere. Right? You have a double top up here. You get the 5-2, man. This market's we're starting to be a little bit parabolic. It's starting to get a bit parabolic. So we have retail numbers, or not retail numbers, we have job data that I think is going to be important. I think the markets are more concerned with the jobs data. I haven't traded much of it. It's just because it's like hard for me to find time for it right now. Like if I want access to it, I will just go to the equity markets and trade Morrow, Riot, things of that nature. So that's what I would do with that. Let's see here. So let's go to a couple things I want to show you guys. Let's go to like an hourly chart. I'm going to have to let my little girl out so she can go to the bathroom real quick. Give me 1 second. So I missed this trade and I'm a little upset that I did. I'm upset that I missed gold. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at the opportunity that was had. Look at the increase in volume we got here the last few days. Right? I'm just going to show you guys the opportunity. Look at that. Bang. Look at this capitulation. Boom, boom. Right, with the dollar, we should know this, right? If we got to get sticky notes and we're seeing the dollar go parabolic, we need to go right to gold. We need to go right to treasuries, right? This is a lack in being prepared myself because I've been trying to work and do other things that I don't go back to, I'm not sitting here like running through charts, having my mind together, wondering how I'm going to get money, not wondering how I'm going to get money, but focused on how I'm going to get money from the markets, which I am focused on it, right? I've kind of just went to large caps. I've just completely missed this, right? But putting this back into perception and realizing it is making me say, hey, dude, you need to go back to the drawing board. Go back to what works because I'm obviously doing something wrong to miss these trades, right? I should know. Every day when I come in, and this is what I haven't been doing, that I need to regroup and go back over. Where's the dollar? Where are yields? Right? Where's the VIX? Where's the VIX? Where's the dollar? Where are yields? They've been going parabolic. So I should already be short. Like, we were short some tech stocks, stuff like that. But, just having a regroup. Because sometimes you get caught up in life. Things happen and you kind of just veer off course. So you have to go back and say, what do I got to do to follow, to stay on the road, right? To stay in my lane. So I know I get to my destination. We got to write stuff down, whether it's a sticky note, whether you got to go in and make a video for yourself, write stuff down, anything. Whatever we got to do to be great, we got to do it. We see a problem, we come up with the solution, right? This was I called it. I put the damn. Look at this. This is gonna be the kicker because I drew the damn Head and Shoulders and I'm forgetting it. So I know I had told you guys about the video that I have was going to make so that, what if we don't get the alert, right? How do we physically put this in our brain? This is what we're watching for and we want to get on it. Got a video coming for that. Because I'm going to start doing it. Now, because I've been making the video, like worrying about getting the scripted everything together, it's kind of taking me off of trading and I need to get back to it. Because I'm happy now, but like the whole point of my live streams and stuff like that is to show other people what's possible and to help and for people to have a place to go to that don't have thousands of dollars. That is my main goal, is to have a place that somebody can go to, get levels, ask questions, hang out, contribute different trade ideas, become a better trader and things like that. So gold's just been on fire, man. And that's not to the upside. Where does gold go? That's the question. Where is gold going? So I got long, guys, back in November and December, back in here. I bought the dip on gold there, and I actually put it out on social media. My cousin will attest to it. I bought gold here. I bought here off of this double bottom rally. This is right here where I bought it. You had a really nice double bottom. It pulls back. That's weakness. With strength. It's got strength to the upside. You have a double bottom. Starts rallying. Wait for that pullback. Bang. Get in. That's the break of the 50-day too. So I don't know what I was getting at. But I personally because we can't manage risk or gap days. Do you have any tips for general multi-day trades? The thing that I would say with that is bingo. So I didn't read all your stuff there. You have. So here's what we can do. Let's say we have $200 in our account, $300, $400. All right, there's a lot of things we could do. So in the news today, we had upgrades and downgrades of solar companies. So I brought out a couple ideas with like Sunrun, right? Sunrun was one of them because it's actually a cheap stock. Right, it's a pretty cheap stock, so the options are going to be pretty cheap. And I said that also because the options are pretty liquid. Look at the candle it put in today. And I personally didn't take advantage of it. I kind of wanted to sit this market out. Look at this continuation. This is a weekly trade. You could have said this is a 3-minute chart. You could have seen right here in the first half hour with that nice big rejection candle right there on an increase in volume that you were going to have momentum, because look at the candles. You never closed higher than the previous pivot high, right? You never closed higher. Like these are just the things that I can sense just from being in the markets for a while. There's a pivot high right there, right? Right there's a pivot high. And you notice how it doesn't even come back to like put in, like it doesn't test the initial morning low. It doesn't come back. It doesn't pull back and then rally all the way back up here to 1238 and then sell off. I want to remove. Okay, look, pivot high, right? Pivot high, right? And then look, another pivot high way down here. It's not even trying to, do anything, right? It's not even making it to VWAP from accordance to this. That's because I have pre-market on. So things that we can do as far as, let's just say, amount of money, okay? One thing we can do, it's Monday. Options are going to be cheap. We either play cheap stocks, right? If they're in play. Well, solar stocks were in play today because there were upgrades and downgrades and news about solar. So you could just, so next time you see news about like anything like maybe airplanes, right? Maybe like United Airlines or Boeing does something. Watch United Airlines with like American Airlines or something of that nature. That's what I say. Today was Monday, yes. Because options are going to be expensive. So instead of saying if solar stocks are in play, right? Instead of ENPH, which is $117 stock, options are going to be $2, 3, 400 bucks because it's pretty volatile, right? So it all depends on the volatility also. So you're going to take the price of the stock plus the volatility of that stock. So we could look at EMPH, which is a $117 stock. We could look at FSLR, which is a $159 stock. But FSLR options are actually a bit cheaper because it's not as volatile, right? It doesn't move as many dollars up and down. There isn't as much unknown randomness as there is ENPH, right? How else could we bring that cost down? Well, we have Sunrun. Sunrun's a $12, $13 stock. And it's usually not that volatile. I'm going to tell you right now, this was a huge trade. This stock was down 10.5%, and I called it out pre-market. I did something wrong. Why was I not in this? Well, guess what? Got to go to the chalkboard and solve that problem. Right? I talked about solar stocks. So my initial thought today was I was going to just step away for a minute. I got to write it down, guys. If we got to write it down and keep ourselves in the know, like physically writing it down like JP Morgan, right? We have stocks we're watching. So I'm going to show you guys something right here. This is one part to what I have going on. Now, Mike, I didn't do anything today. I didn't take any trade. I was more watching and doing like my research and watching and waiting for like if we are going to get a bounce or are we going to get a further sell-off, and kind of just preparing myself for the jobs data later in the week. I was kind of just taking a breather today and just watching the markets because some days, because Friday I had a red day. Now I didn't have a huge red day. I didn't kill myself, but it was a day that I over traded, just being stupid, trading to trade. So I'm like, bro, you got to step back. You got to figure out what it is because you've missed gold, right? I'm going to go back to Sunrun. I've missed these Dow stocks, right? Look at Boeing. You guys see this? And I've been watching it. The thing is, I've been scared to get into Boeing because I thought I was too late. I was setting up levels here. I thought I was too late. Look at this. This thing went from 245. It's now down to 187. Look at that. I missed it. I didn't miss it. I thought it was too late. But that doesn't mean I can't watch it. So what I have here, all right, is physically, right? Physically going on and putting in, analyze, watch, and then execute. So going through like physically, whether it's your notebook, having a section every day and every morning. Let's say we come in the morning and we're going to see where the VIX is, we're going to see where the dollar is, and we're going to see where yields are. They're still climbing, they're still rising. We're going to be short. They're pulling back. We're going to look to get long, and specifically maybe we look to see little like stronger ones. What's up, NASCAR? How you doing, buddy? Guys, let me shut this door. Give me 1 second. Hey, sweetheart. So, when I said I stepped back today, it's not because I'm losing money, right? I'm making money, but I'm not making the money that I should. I'm not getting in the trades that I should be in and for the amount of time. For instance, guys, I just called out Sunrun, so I got to do a better job when I do the research because this is specifically the stock that I called out today, right? I said FSLR, EMPH, but Sunrun. Let's watch Sunrun because that's going to be the go-to. I felt like, okay. I did not expect this, right? And sometimes we have to expect the unexpected, right? Solar stocks were in play today, and this thing got demolished. Guys, this thing was down 10.5%. Like this move here, this is a stock you want to buy a weekly on, right? That's the trade where it just goes in that direction all day. So what I'm gonna do is I've missed gold, I missed Boeing. I didn't miss it again. I thought it was too late, but I need to get back to the drawing board and kind of just you know what I mean. Watch, guys, right? Because yields have been ripping, and I need to be short tech stocks. I need to get time. And if it's about money that we can't afford, stocks that are or options that we go out a week or two, um, or I mean 2 weeks, we gotta find the cheaper alternative because there's always a cheaper alternative, right? If you want to play Bitcoin, we could play Mara Riot. Okay, we don't have to play MSTR. Okay, continuation tomorrow. Nice. DVN. So let's do that. Let's go through some charts. So that's where I'm at, right? That is nice. I like that. That looks like so far. Let me pan it back a little bit. That is a nice break and retest there. Damn, look at that. That was a nice move there. Just pulling back. I mean, it's obviously a level, but comes back down, bang, and just look, doom. That's crazy. So there's moves out there, guys. We got to take advantage of this. And I'm not perfect. I'm going to need help, right? I'm going to need help just like you guys are. And I'm there for you. If you guys need anything, you guys know my email address is in there. Anything you guys need. Even if it's not even about trading, if it's just life in general, right? I'm always here. I'm going to run through them NASCAR. So, that's all. Like, just think about what it is that you're doing. Like, if there's a problem, if you're crushing it, killing it, great job. I'm happy for you. I really am. I'll clap it up to you, right? But if you start to because there's going to be times when the market changes, and you're like, man, this market, like, I'm just having a tough time here, right? Pull it back. What are you doing? Like, has anything changed? So I'm not going to continue to go down, repeat myself, but that's what I did today, and that's what I needed to do. I got a couple of things like you guys, like I just said this morning, not this morning, but just right now, Amazon. This is one of my top ideas. All right, it's not. I don't know how much of a continuation we're going to get. SPR. So it says. So Mike says, how did you miss Boeing when it went down and looking oversold, but the company does work for Boeing, which is SPR went up? I'm not sure what you mean, but the reason I missed it was because I thought it was too late. It's not that I missed it. I watched this thing go, and I'm like, it's not getting a bounce. I mean, guys, I mean, do you understand the percentage that is? In a few weeks, right? This is huge. That's 20% in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, right? That's 20%. That's a 20% cut in the market cap. So I'm looking at it here, and what I was trying to do was possibly get a bounce to here when it was here. I'm like, okay, maybe it'll start to give me that bounce, and then I can get short. It just never gave me the bounce. It was just, and you know what? I should have taken this into consideration. Look at it. Look at the trend. See how the candles are just small and just boom, 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 boom. Like, this is just sell triggered. Sell triggers from institutions, just steady, right? This looks like a daily chart or like a 1-day chart of Sunrun, right? Or those continuation type of days. Does a lot of work for Boeing, and as far as the recent Boeing went down, yeah. Was it because of the fuselage? Recession hit 70%, the highest rate since the early 80s. We are heading into... NASCAR, I know it. That's what I'm feeling. I'm like, bro, look, guys, if we go to YouTube right now, and if I just hit stock market, every single mother and their brother is talking about how we're going to bounce back, and I don't think we are. I don't think we're bouncing back, even though we are oversold. I really don't. I really don't. No, I mean, like, again, we'll probably get a small bounce back, but there's a lot here. Oh, yeah, yeah, because yeah, there was a couple different things going on there. Yeah, Mike, I just, I feel like there's more here, right? I feel like this is more than just like, is it that big of a problem to cut the market cap nearly in half? Well, not like cutting the market cap like a quarter of they just cut a quarter of the market cap off of it, you know. Um, so that's definitely a big failed breakout. It was oversold too. It was so oversold. I tried getting short up around the 220 area. I was early on it. I was early on it. I just couldn't seem to get Boeing right to the short side when I did want to short it, which was back in this whole area. It was back here. Actually, it was early on. It was before I started the stream and in the beginning when I started the stream. It was like this whole area here. It was like I felt like I couldn't get the trade right. SPR left today. Yeah. That was the let's see. Oh wow. Look at that. What a move. What a move. Yeah. Dude, and we've been saying this. So guys, we're having a ton of CEOs quit. This is like literally Blue Cross Blue Shield. Whatever. You know why, guys? Because they're taking their retirement at the top. Like they're saying, guys, we still have 3.5% interest rates. We think the feds did too much, too quick. We're going into a recession, just like NASCAR said. And all these big boys that know what the hell they're doing, they're getting out. And they're taking their 401ks with them. Because we're at all-time highs. Not all-time highs, but you guys know what I'm saying. Dude, we've been saying this for a few weeks now. They got a second chance at victory by taking a lot of their profit shares back at highs. So it's only right that they retire. Who said that? I mean, no, I have been saying that there has been a trend for the past 3 weeks that it is every single day on CNBC at market close. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, buddy. But every day after the close on CNBC, you get a CEO retiring. You can't blame them, right? They're going to take their profit sharing and take it at highs, like a smart person would, right? If only the employees were smart enough to do that, right? I mean, majority of them can't, right? But for anyone that's older, they probably can't, and that's a shame, right? That's why you gotta like do some of this shit is so you can retire, so you can have retirement because you're not major CEO. So Pan W. So we have AMD. I'm gonna get this kind of going here. Pan W. That is a nice trade, and you're saying upside for this tomorrow. Let's see here. That might not be a bad idea. It's been so strong. This whole sector has been, right? They've just sat up at highs here. I've been noticing that. I've been noticing it. Like Palo Alto. What else? There's a bunch of them that I was looking at. They're all up here at highs, and they just kind of just been staying up there. That is, look, that's a break above the 50-day moving average, right? You broke above it, you pulled back to it, you bounced off of it. That's gonna be on my watch list. I do like that. PNW. So maybe I could match that up with, cause like Amazon. I'm gonna see if we can. Because the thing is, just like Meta, right? It sat at that 50-day moving average, right? See how it sat here for 3 days and then broke, pulls back. We'll probably sit here for a day or two, and then maybe. What's up, man? Yeah, holding calls. I'm gonna pray for you, bro. I hope you're able to hit them. I'm the, I'm I think this market's got further downside. I really do. I think that there's way too many people bullish for the wrong reason. I don't know if people have been looking at the data. Maybe you get that support with the jobs data, but if the jobs data overshoots like too much, like, which I don't think it will, because seasonally the people are still going to be working. I still think we got to test. It's tough, man. I feel like this is a pullback, break of the neckline on the Qs. And you can really see it if I show it to you on TradingView. That this is a head and shoulder. It's so ugly, right? Head and shoulders, and you pulled back, you broke it, you're pulling back to retest it. Let's see if we get more downside. We still. Let's start if you could pull up monthly chart. Yeah, I can do it. Which one is it? What's the ticker? I'd have to go to TradingView because Thinkorswim doesn't have a monthly chart. I want to look at a couple things here. Oh, Mullen. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. What do you want me to say about this? Hold on. Oh my gosh. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. We just wait and trade it. There is nothing crazy about this. Yeah, I'm gonna do Dish. It is legit. It is legit if you're either a market maker or you're being paid to promote it. That's how it's legit. That's so freaking legit. Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious. Notice how this thing says that it's $28,000. They're just milking this fucking. This thing is pennies. It's fractional. Like this, Mullen has gotten to the point that it's fractional. Like you're getting like you're in the penny stock. Oh my gosh, it's not even doing any volume. I thought it'd be doing better than this. Maybe now's the time to buy. Nobody's talking about it. Maybe you'll hear them. Like, I don't know. That's crazy. This thing's not going to be a company very soon. Just so you guys know. It's not going to be a company very soon. Especially with what's going on. Let's see. Yeah, that was my point. They keep diluting it because they own shares at par value. Do you guys know what par value is? I know some of you guys. NASCAR might know what it is. Yes, it's like some there's promoters here that probably have a million share that own a million shares at 0.001 of a penny, right? Yeah, that's so funny. So I think I'm the one who caused the capitulation in TLT. I literally was like, I'm like, TLT was a really nice long, and then here I come trying to buy the pullback, and I wasn't feeling right about it. I'm like, man, I don't trust it, right? This was the nice pullback day, and here I come a few days later, right? Here's me buying the dip up, or it was like up here, because I missed this. I was pissed that I missed that, and so this is a good sign for the bulls, though. The bad sign is usually in a bear market, you're usually go right to all-time highs because the government's adding liquidity and stuff, but that ain't happening. Dish let me not get lost here. So there was news on Dish just not too long ago. I think I heard it last week or today's Monday. I heard there was some news on Dish. There was CEO. There was news. Let's see here, Mike. Dish making new lows. Yes, co-founder and BlackRock Uh, bought millions of shares over 10 and 30 funds. Yeah, you're right, Mike. I seen that, Mike. They did. You're absolutely right because I seen the news on this a couple days ago. What I want to do real quick. I mean, you guys, whatever you guys want to put in the chat, we can go over. Um, but Bingo brought up AMD too, and I feel like we could get a small. If we see a low volume pullback, which we're getting the low volume here, we could get a little bit of a cup and handle right back down into this area. I'm telling you, man, if we get this area, I will be long. I'm trying not to be long here. I'm trying my hardest. I'm trying my hardest. But if we get that pullback down there to 98, I will be long. Hold on one second. Let me delete this real quick. Boom. Boom. It is. It really is. And because we had this longer term pullback, this longer term break and retest, right? Of that pivot high, it's just all up to the market because this is what it's been doing. And you could tell this is it may not be. The only reason I say this is because this is the final stage, I feel like, right? Because we've had this, right? I'm just going to draw it under it, right? You've had that. You pull it back a little bit, right? And then it gets what? It gets bigger. See it getting bigger? And then we go bang. Bang. Like, is that it? Do we just fall out of bed a little bit? But you're going to have buyers at $80. You start getting to 85, 86, they're going to start eating it up. Naj, or not Naj, yeah, what's his name? I forget his name. It might be Tiger Global that he runs. He's been buying this thing up like crazy, but it was back in this area here. It was in the high 70s, low 70s. Technicals though. No, you're absolutely right. See, you're right. But I just want to realize, like, I like to look at things from both long and short. You know what I mean? I like to just realize the trend at hand and how it's just getting explosive. This could give us a huge rally, or we could just sit here. I don't know. Like I say, what the thing is it gets to that level on a low volume pullback. I'm gonna be buying it if it gets back down to this 98. If we get back down here. It looks really good. It does. Especially if we get that low volume pullback. Is really what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Like, look at that. Triple top support breakout. Let's pull it back. I really would like to get long there. I really would. So we'll be eyeing that up. And on the daily, where is it? Let me see here. See if we have anything. We don't have any. Maybe. Nah, 200 days not going to be there. I mean, even if we take this, if we get it, right? If we're able to get it, you at least have room to the 50-day, right? That'll give us a nice trade to the 50-day. Should probably be like back there at 104. So it'd actually be the same trade as here because the 50-day will probably be back down here somewhere. So think about that too, right? And maybe you break the 50-day then. Bankrupt in the future, 4 cents, but has 2-year high at 3,500. Yeah, and you know what? Have you guys seen the owners or like some of the people that were in on Mullen, some of the founders, which it just went downhill. There were some big names that owned Mullen, or like that put the money up to get it going. That they've done pretty well with companies, but this one they just, didn't do the job, I guess. So Google had a nice day today too, and I missed that. I thought I was, I was looking a little bearish on this thing, and it ripped right back up to the upside. I was really hoping that I would be able to, see if it would reject this level right there, right? Because it quickly broke out, right back into it, and then look, quickly right back out. Is this a double top? Do the markets pull back? We'll see. That's why I was sitting back today. And then MSFT, Microsoft. Let me see here. Microsoft was another. I just to me the chart doesn't look too great. Somebody cashes in announced 25 million stock buyback program in July. 235 million in cash. Just only enough to keep it operating for physical. That's why I say I don't think they're going to be a company much longer. I don't. I'm with you there. I don't know. Maybe they'll find some, unless they find some like unless they find an underwriter or if they go get a loan from a bank, but they're going to be paying what interest rate and how much are they really going to give them? That's what a lot of these small caps are going to have to worry about that. You know what I mean? A lot of these small caps are going to go under, especially if they start running out of money. Because there is no earnings. Like you say. Yeah. They can, but are they still listed on the Nasdaq? Do you guys know? Let me see. I don't know if they are or not. I don't know if I think they went over to the pink sheets. Yeah, they can. I don't know how it works. I know a couple people in the business, but I'm not. I wonder. There probably isn't no rules to it. So it rolled over 4 times. I wonder if how many times you can do it until it's nothing, right? It's just a can of soup, an empty can. Let me see here. Oh shit, Tesla. Tesla was another one. I don't really. So I'm just really upset with the fact that I had missed Boeing, Home Depot, some of these Dow names like gold. I'm like, the moves volatile small cap between 3 went from $2 to 14 to start the year, and it went from 270 to 49. Yeah, you called that one out, NASCAR. I think you even said that the other day. I'm gonna look at that one. You said MSGM, right? Yeah, it is nuts. I wonder if still a $3 stock. There's virtually no volume on this thing too today. Feels like people must have forgot about it. I mean, see, that's the thing. It's hard to say, let me just go grab a handful of shares just to have it in case it does get talked about again. You get a little rally. But how have small caps been doing the past couple weeks, NASCAR, the past 2 weeks? Have there been any decent runners? Or has it been kind of slow? I mean, really, I'm not just talking to NASCAR, but any of you guys. I don't know how many of you guys trade small caps or not. It's volatile. Let's see here. What's that much? So have you noticed $0 been selling off like MPW, which are yeah, I thought so. I mean like I haven't been watching them because I'm like I see like we did have, and I gotta remember because I'm on YouTube tomorrow. I'm streaming directly off OBS tomorrow, so there's no lag. YouTube's kind of horrible for that. Um, but um, yeah, I haven't. There were a few therapeutics I thought last week that I thought would kind of send them off, but didn't really pan out to anything. I guess because the markets have been kind of volatile, and that's where, until the markets kind of like loosen up and kind of just dull out, then you can see some 11 o'clock. Maybe start some runners. You got, like, you guys know, all it takes is one headline news, and they all start flying, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it. I love it. I love when you get a piece of news, and then for 2-3 weeks straight you just got 40, 50, 600%, rippers. Yeah. I just seen one. I actually seen a short on one. I think it wasn't Pixie. It was definitely, it started with a P or something like that. Been a lot of continuation moves on no news. Yeah, that's what I figured. That's not bad, dude. I mean, yeah, like you say, that's continuation all day long. You're right. Pretty close on those levels, weren't we? I remember us going over this. What was this, a couple days ago or Sunday night, maybe, I think, last week. Yeah, I'm with you guys too, man. Um, I'm gonna see what we wake up to, personally. Just wake. I'm waiting for the jobs data, and I'm just gonna wait and see what we get for random news that we get. So you got, I mean, what's his name? Mike just said that you had a CEO from Spirit. I don't know. Man, I don't even remember the ticker. There it is, SPR. Um, I, I don't have any. I'm gonna watch Amazon, see if it breaks off of that. I'll probably just run through Nvidia, AMD, all the large caps. I was actually looking, if we can get a sell off. I wanted to look for like Snow and like, not necessarily Uber, but there's like mid cap names, to see if they can start pulling back a little bit. I mean, Roblox has already gotten killed. Um, it's, that's what I'm gonna look for. If we can get a pullback, I'm kind of curious to know what the markets are going to do. Devon Energy is on my list now. Now it is. It's got some nice volatility. Nice job, bro. And Costco, upside, awesome. Appreciate you, Bingo. Appreciate that, B. Really do. I'm gonna write a couple of this down. You guys have a good night. I'm gonna be out of here too. And hopefully we'll have some good luck tomorrow. I will. I'm gonna, before I go to bed, I'm gonna just run through some charts and like dial in what it is that I want to see, or get a game plan together and start getting back on the right track. Because I've been just been doing so much shit, and I'm like, you know what I mean? It is what it is, right? So I gotta regroup. I had to regroup and so yeah, man. You guys have a great night. I will see you guys tomorrow. I will have a list by 7:30, 8 o'clock with some of the stuff I'm looking at. So I appreciate y'all. It's nice. This is nice, right? This is what I like. I like to be able to have a place to go to and run through charts or do whatever, and talk about trade ideas. So I will, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good night. And I might not trade until Thursday or Wednesday, honestly. But unless something happens, unless some opportunity shows itself. You guys have a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow.